since I've been here on the online. We'll get started laying down. I see Liz is laying down and that looks really nice. So let's do that. Just lay down like Shavasana. Murphy and Whip are in their glory. No baby. Stretch right out. So glad you could all make it this morning. This week feels busy. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. So just feel that mat beneath you this morning. Notice if it feels cold or warm, sticky. Mine always feels a little sticky. It's a good thing, I think, you don't slip. Maybe you notice the texture of your mat. And become aware of the heels on the floor. Just take a nice breath in and fill up through the front of the body, belly rises. And on the exhale, the belly falls. And with each exhale breath, can you feel almost a weightedness in the heels, as though your heels are sinking into your yoga mat? The breath in fills the belly. And the exhale, there's a sinking feeling, a softening feeling. Bringing that awareness to the back of the hips, the bum. And take a breath in, fill the belly. On the exhale, feel that sinking, softening feeling in the back of the hips. The weight of the hips sinking into the yoga mat, the floor. Every exhale breath. On the next breath in, bring your awareness to the shoulder blades on the mat. Notice wearing a sleeveless shirt, maybe feel them, that skinned mat connection, maybe feel it through your shirt. You feel the left side shoulder blade and the right side shoulder blade. Noticing that softening, that sinking feeling with your exhalation breath. You let go of some tension across the shoulder blades and let them soften into the yoga mat. Noticing and breathing into the belly, that rise and fall. And we'll bring the awareness to the back of the head. You might just kind of move your head side to side a little bit to really get a feeling there. And then bring the head back to center. Take a big breath in to fill the belly. And then exhale, let the head feel heavy. Sink into the yoga mat floor. Soften. There might be some tension in the face. Feel between the eyebrows, the jaw. And just see if you can let that go. with the exhale breath. Alleviating our wrinkling tension, wrinkly tension. I like that. And with your next breath, we'll start to move. So slowly bend your knees so the feet come flat. And let's reach the arms overhead and stretch back as though you're stretching for the first time today. Big inhale. Full exhale. Let it go, soften. Good, and then we'll reach back again. Push into your feet. Inhale and lift your bum off the floor. Good, and really engage the hamstrings by pushing into your heels and sliding, or think of sliding the heels in towards your bum. That's it. And if you don't feel like you have a strong connection, most of you are doing this intuitively, just walk your feet in a bit closer to your hips and then lift up. That'll help you get into the back of the legs. Yeah, that's it. That's where the money is. Good. And then take another breath. See if you can lift your hips a little higher. Beautiful. And then lower down nice and slowly. And we'll hug the knees in towards the armpits. We're modified happy baby with the knee joint closed. So keep the knees bent, the feet soft. Imagine or consider lifting your bum a little bit off the floor and then just softening. Getting a little bit of a pelvic tilt. Lift and relax. We could invite a bit of a side-to-side movement. Maybe it's a full rock to the right, little hover, and then a full rock to the left and a hover. Bring both legs to center, feet flat on the floor. Walk your feet about mat distance, arms out to the sides, and let your knees fall to the right. Lift the knees back center and over to the left. Inhale, center. Windshield wipers, just keeping those feet wide. Lots of space for the inward spin of the thigh bone. Breathing continuously throughout practice. Maybe you have a helper dog here. He's up for grabs for a night or two, if anyone wants him. He's great. He's the easiest one. And then we'll roll onto the right side, stack the body, knees to hip height, hands touched, hands plant, head rest. If you need a pillow, grab one and take a breath in and reach your arm up to the ceiling to circle all the way back. Exhale, bring your hands to touch. We'll be here for 5 breaths. Inhale to open back. Exhale to close. That gaze follows the moving hand. Last couple. And then landing on the side. You can lift the head up with the bent elbow or support the head on a block or pillow. And we'll bring the top knee to the belly. Open up wide to the ceiling. Back behind you. Rotate the knee down and then pull it back into the belly. So nice big hip circle. So knee comes into the belly, up to the ceiling, down towards the floor. So that's the movement of the knee and then in towards the belly again. Good. Oh, so try not to cheat through that internal spin and that kicking back of the leg. Getting that full range of motion, whatever your full range is today. You might feel a little work in the outer hip this way as well. It's all good, it's all groovy. Good. And then we'll kick the legs straight towards the wall or whatever's in front of you. Good. And let it hover off the floor. Press through your heel. Good. Hold. Good. And let's just pulse the heel up towards the ceiling. So side of the leg pulses up and just really slow controlled. Make sure you can feel the outer hip. Nice. And try to make it just even smaller. Yeah, really small. Yeah. And move 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knee back in and we'll roll to the other side. So take your time to get there. You can roll, I'll just do the spin move. Head rests, arms lengthen out, and reach back, inhale. Exhale to close, just here for 5. Let the whole body move. The eyes follow the thumb, the hips shift. Last couple. I don't know if it's as windy where you are as it is here, but holy moly, it's crazy. Cool background sound for me though. I don't know, you probably can't hear it. Good. And then we'll come back to center, support the head. You can lift up if it feels okay. And we'll try that circle of the leg. So lift the knee up, way up to the ceiling. Send the leg back, rotate the knee down to the floor, and then pull it into the belly, up to the sky, down to the floor, into the belly. Nice work. Smooth, controlled movement. Nice work. Super mindful. I can tell by the leg circling that you're feeling calm and focused. Good. Awesome work. Last one. And then kick that leg out. So it's kind of parallel to the floor, straight down from the hip. Good. And little pulse. And think about squeezing the bum as you lift up. So you're kind of closing that slit between the cheeks, the gluteal cleft. Good. That's it. And last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it go. Good. And we'll come up onto our hands and knees. Spread your hands about mat distance apart. Tuck the toes or point the toes, whatever's easy for you. And on the exhale breath, we'll round and arch the back. Look towards the belly button or thighs. Inhale to lengthen the spine, look forward. Round back, exhale. Lengthen, inhale. Couple more here. Round the back, exhale. Lengthen, inhale. Rounding, exhale. Lengthening, inhale. And then scooping in the low belly. The hand wall's strong today. Good. Reach your right arm forward. The left leg back. And pause. Now you can always keep your back toe down for support and really push into the left hand on the floor. Good. You want a little challenge this morning, only if you're feeling strong. Open the arm and the leg a couple inches to the opposite sides of the room and then bring it back to center and try not to move anything else. Woo. Nice work. Everybody's looking strong this morning. Good job. If you're not feeling strong, just smile. This doesn't matter. You probably just need another coffee. Amy's like, I need another coffee. Me too. I've only had like 3 sips. Good. Awesome. Let's try the other side. So left arm forward, right leg back. Pausing and holding, or try that little sway out. Just really focus in. So sometimes if your eyes are moving around, it makes you move around more. Try to look at one spot, relax your jaw. Push firmly into your right hand and lift from your lower belly. Good job. And then we'll come down and tuck the toes, lift the hips up. Oh, and stretch back through a down dog. Good, and you might take your feet just slightly closer so that your heels come closer to the floor. It's just like a mechanic thing, especially if the back of the legs are tight. And let's move around. So you can start by bending one knee at a time, lifting that heel, almost as though you're walking or something like walking. Good. And push back through the hands so the chest goes closer to your legs. We're just gonna really push back. Yeah, you're almost getting a bit of extension this way. And then bring your feet together and lift and lower the heels together. So lift up, squeeze the heels together, and press the heels down. And just do that a couple times. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Get a little bit more calfy this way, calvy. Good work. And then bend the knees, look at the hands, and see if you can take a little hop. So we're just going to pretend like we're frogs and just hop kind of on the spot. Woo. Nice. Hop on the spot. Lauren got excited and hopped forward. We're hopping on the spot. Evan might like this one. You can teach him tonight. Good. And then, just like Lauren, we're going to try to look at our hands and hop feet behind your hands. They're going to land wide. And this could take you like 6 hops. Or it could take you 1. Or it could take you, not going to happen, Barbara, so you're going to do your own thing. Good. And feet will come wider than hip distance. And if you need to turn on your mat, we're going to take the feet really wide. So nice wide feet. We're still in a fold, and let the upper body hang heavy. Oh. Release the back of the head. Hold the elbows. And just take a couple breaths in this wide-legged ragdoll. You can experiment a little bit with your own legs this morning. So your feet could be in a wide turnout. They could be parallel or a slight turn in. You might just explore all 3 options and see what one feels most beneficial for you this morning. Okay. And once you find that foot position that feels the best, bend your knees just softly and start to let your body go left and then right. And there could be kind of a bending of the knee more and a straightening of the opposite leg. Just try to let the upper body be as weightless as possible as you breathe and sway and shift and explore. And we'll find the center and lift the chest. On the exhale breath, catch your hips and then stand up nice and tall. Walk your feet together. Heel toe, heel toe. Good, and then reach both arms up skyward. Interlace your fingers, so I'm going to cut off. I'll leave, step back, reach up. And then send the hips to the right, your upper body to the left. And then lifting up back to center. Other side, hips left, upper body right. Full cycle of breath. And then back to center. Switch again. And last one to the left. Now back to center. Release the arms down by your sides. Feet are about 3 feet apart or so. If you're really tall, maybe a little more. Good, turn your right foot out. Good, and spread the arms like wings, parallel to the floor. And then bend your elbows to soften the shoulders so it doesn't feel like a lot of tension. Your fingers are light. Good, bend your front knee. Good, and then look over the front hand. Good, so we're working over time to lengthen our stance a bit and bend into the front knee so the leg is at about 90 degrees. Nice right angle. Or a square if you're not so mathy. Good. And see if you can just let the hips sink and just notice how my shoulders, ribs, and hips are all stacked. So we want to avoid kind of leaning forward or leaning back. Stack the body so that if I was to take your picture and crop out below your belly button, you just look like you're standing with your arms out, straight up. That's it. And without lifting your shoulders, I want you to pretend that there's strings attached to the top of your ears and it's lifting the back of your head up. Good. Looks great. We'll take the front arm, bend it, plant it on the front thigh, and reach the back arm over your head. Good. And then use the in-breath to switch it. So your front leg will straighten and lean back the other way. On the exhale breath, bend the front knee, bend the front elbow, and reach back arm over your head. Straighten your front leg, lean back, stretching over the back leg. Good. And just go with the flow of your own breath. If you've got it backwards or you're taking extra breaths, it's all good. You're just breathing and moving, keeping your hips open, keeping your chest open. Moving through the side bodies. Prepping for everybody's favorite side planks. Nice work. And then finding the midline. So come back to center, hands to your waist. Turn both feet to the long edge of your mat. Good, and just walk in slightly so that you can then turn both feet out comfortably. From here, stick your butt out. Good, then bend your knees wide and sink your hips low. Goddess squat. Take your hands to your outer thighs and push the thighs into your hands and feel that engage the outsides of the hips. Good, sink low. Chest lifts high, ears lift up. Good. Look forward rather than down, or even up if you have that tendency to always look down. Good, and then stand up, squeeze the legs. Good, let's turn the left foot out and walk the back foot back. Bend your left knee. Good, so warrior two again. The longer the stance, the easier it is to bend your front knee. If you're really tight, you're just gonna go as far as you can. Keep everything stacked. Ribs, shoulders, hips. Shoulders, ribs, hips. Good. Arms stretched long. Good. Chest lifts up. Shoulders soft, soft elbows. Bend your front elbow to the thigh. Back arm over your head. Then reverse it, straighten your front leg, straighten the front arm and lean back. Try to keep yourself really light in the upper body and steady and stable in the lower body without rigidity. In yoga practice, we're looking to move with maybe comfort and ease, steadiness, stability, without being too tense. Side to side a couple times. Good work. Such a treat to teach you this morning. And then back up to center, feet parallel, and I'll walk the feet all the way back together. Good, so we'll step one foot back behind you, doesn't matter which, and square both hips to the front of the room, the front of your mat, good. Bend your front knee softly. Good, bring your hands behind your head. Good. Now push into the ball of the front foot to straighten the leg and lift the chest. On the exhale, bend the front knee and rotate the left elbow to the right side. So back elbow, same arm as back leg to the front knee, and then straighten the leg. Lift up. Bend and twist. Might have to lift your back heel, and that's all good. Just bring it back down when you come back up to center. Good. And twist again. See if you can allow the back hip to also rotate towards the front leg. Creating freedom and movement in the hips as you twist. Letting the whole body work together. Good. One more here for fun. Back up to straight legs. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Lift your chest. On the exhale, bow forward towards your front leg. You might just go halfway. You might bring your chin to your shin. You can also try bending the knee and draw your back hip forward to help rotate the chest. Cool. Try lifting the arms off the back, squeezing the blades and pulling the arms apart. And then stand up on the in-breath. Step forward and switch sides. We're almost done with standing stuff, I promise. Good. Bring your hands behind the head. Lift the chest. Press into the ball of the front foot. On the exhale, bend the front knee. Back elbow twisting towards the front knee. Straightening up, in-breath, lift, lengthen. The exhale, front knee bends, back heel lifts, and rotate. A little balancing work, pretty complicated movement here. So this feels challenging, it's okay. It's why you missed me after all these 7 months. Last one. Good job. And come up. Good, so let's start and square the hips off first. So front hip back, back hip forward. Good, take a shorter stance if you need it. Interlace the fingers, lift the chest. And on the exhale, bow. You might go halfway and focus on lifting your arms. You might go all the way. Squeeze the shoulder blades as you pull the hands apart. Try to straighten your arms if you can. Nice work. Maybe think about kissing the outside of your ankle one day. Pucker up. Helps lengthen the throat. Nice. Then heavy in the back heel, come all the way up. And step forward gracefully. Or not. Good. Patty's pose. Turn your feet out. Reach your arms forward. Oh, she knows she's ready. I love it. Good. And then squat low. Good. And see just if you can stay Now, if you're comfy tonight, lean into one foot a little bit and try to lift the other heel. Good, and then land it and switch sides. So lean and lift, lean and lift. So I don't know if any of you wear heels on a regular basis, but I wore heels yesterday for like 2 hours and I'm in pain. Awful shoes. Pretty, but awful. Just saying. Have to go to a wedding next weekend. Not wearing heels. Could use the inches, but you know, that's fine. Okay. And then back to center, straighten your legs, because most of you are quitting on me anyway. At least 50% of you. Good. And then we'll just come up to stand. Reach up, stretch out. Good. And then release your arms. Bend at the waist, plant your hands, and come on to all fours. Let's swing both legs to one side or side plank. So you can keep one knee down. You can do one knee down, straight leg up. Or if you want, stagger both feet and lift both hips, both knees. And see if you can look up to your top hand, proud in the chest. Reach up to your ceiling. Look at that dusty spot on the ceiling. Really try to grab it, but maybe your houses are cleaner than mine. I don't know. But all these nooks and crannies in this house. So. Downfall of exposed beams. Just saying. Good. Lift a little higher and then switch sides. Wow, you're all looking super strong. Love it. Okay. Tamara did a good job. I know you saw me a little bit, but she took the reins for sure. So let's switch right away. Lift up. And if you didn't practice with Tamara, well, you did a great job on your own. Love it. Think about pushing, if your legs are both straight, your bottom leg up to the top leg. And then lift from the armpit power. And then we'll come down and lie down onto the belly. Good job. Rest your hands under your forehead. Stretch your legs back long, parallel or together. And take a nice deep breath in. Keep your hands connected to your forehead. So they're going to stay connected together and then to the forehead. Press your legs heavy down, your pelvic pubic bone down, and lift your head and chest up. Lower on the exhale. So keep driving your hip bones and pubic bone like a triangle into the floor. Breathe in and lift your head, chest. And then lower. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And inhale to lift up. Good. And then we're going to go for a swim. So reach your arms forward and then bend the elbows back. Give me a thumbs up and hold. Think elbows down, thumbs up for 1. You can look down or forward. 2. Strong upper back. Lift your elbows now for 3. Maybe point the toes and lift the legs for 4. Pubic bone is still pressing down. Belly lifts up for 5. And all the way down. Arms land in a W. Bring your knees wider and press your heels together. So your pubic bone is still connected to the floor. Lift your navel and lift your knees and then your hands and elbows. So your head stays down, your pubic bone stays down. Lift up and lower down. Press down to lift and then lower. Lift and lower. And if you're feeling good, keep the arms up and pulse the legs. 1, 2, 3. Heels pressed together to engage the glutes for 4, 5, 6. You're breathing. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Straighten out the legs, push back to child's pose. Forehead rest. Nice breath in to come up onto the hands and knees, and then lower to your elbows. So let's just make sure we're in line. So what you can do is hold the outsides of your elbows first. Good, so you're holding the outsides of the elbows, and this keeps the elbows in line with your shoulders, just almost automatically, okay? Little fuzzy probably to see, but hopefully you catch me. And then just don't let them open wider as you straighten the arms out, the forearms out in front of the elbows. So sometimes what I see is like this thing happening. And notice how wide that is. We want to keep everything stacked. So think stacked joints like you're building a house. Beautiful. Love it. And then lift the ribs up, tuck your toes, and walk one leg back and then the other leg back. Good, so you're in a forearm plank. Ribs are up, belly is up. Squeeze your hips together. And then walk one knee in, the other knee in, and rest. So this is option one. From the knees, we lift the ribs and tuck the toes, step one leg back, then the other, and then bring it down. Okay, so that's a resting position. That's fine. And then you reset every time. We're gonna do this 3 times. Option 2, when from the plank, we walk into hover the knee. So my knee's not coming to the floor. And then I step it back. So obviously a lot more work, a longer hold. Okay, options though. So if you need the option to come down, maybe even part way, that's fine. So we're gonna do this 4 times. We'll all start with the forearms down and the knees down. On your exhale, tuck the chin, lift the ribs. Tuck your toes, step one leg back, then the other leg back. Good, take a breath in. On the exhale, knees come forward, option to bring them down. Reset, inhale, step one leg back, then the other. Good, exhale, bring it in, knee, knee, maybe down, that's cool. Pull the belly up, push into your elbows, step one leg back, then the other leg back. Beautiful, step it in. Good, I think we have 2 more. I have no idea though, so we'll do 2 more anyway. So what's 1 more? Awesome, bring knee, knee, hold, breathe. Straight leg, hold. And then lower both knees and shift back, child's pose, release. Whew. I hope you feel a little heat now. You didn't already. Might feel shoulders, you might feel the arms, you might feel your core. You might not know what you feel, and that's also cool, whatever. And take your time to walk your hands in. Good, you can take your knees a bit wider, your feet together. Let's bring the right hand to the center of the mat and reach your left arm up to open. We'll do a nice big circle. And then slide the back of the arm through the hole, threading the needle. Inhale to open up and circle. Slide the arm through. Couple more here, or if you want to pause somewhere, go for it. I'm cool. I'm cool because you're all cool, but you're all probably feeling warm. Hopefully. And then plant the hands and we'll switch sides. So just replace the bottom arm, circle the top arm, and then slide it through. Last couple. Good. And bring both hands down, swing your feet to one side to sit down. Good. I'll bring both legs out long. Bring one knee in, bend it. Option to stay here. Option to take that foot over the straight leg. Whatever feels doable. We'll twist in both directions, keeping the legs like this. So take same arm as bent knee, inside that bent knee, and circle the other arm back to support you. You look over the shoulder. Think about actively pushing your elbow, outer elbow, and inner knee together. You can look anywhere that's comfy, or you can even drop the ear to the back shoulder, stretching through the neck of it. Try to keep puffing up that chest. And then look center, legs stay the same. We'll rotate the other way so you can hold the front of the knee, or bring your back elbow outside the knee and push the knee into the arm to help rotate. Option for binding if you know it. The next inhale, look center. We'll switch the legs. So over or just near the hip. Same arm as bent knee, inside the knee, and rotate over the back. Again, option for binding if you know it. And then we'll rotate the other way. Twisting, legs stay the same. You can try bringing the elbow outside the knee. Maybe, maybe not. And then looking center. Legs out in front of you. And we'll lie down onto the back. Take your time to get there. Hug both knees into the chest. Rock left and right. And we'll do 3 bridges with different foot positions. So we'll first ground the back of the upper arm and the elbow and really tuck your shoulders so that you can easily press the shoulder blades, the elbows, and the back of the head into the floor. And this position is not going to change. So you can stay here with your fingertips up, the bent elbows. Sometimes helps keep the shoulders down. If you have pretty open shoulders, you could maybe keep that connection and press the hands down or hold the long edges of your mat. We're going to start with parallel but wide feet. So about mat distance, feet are forward. So try not to turn out. Push into your big toe mound, your pinky toe mound, and try to lift all 10 of your toes. Take a nice breath in, push the back of the head down, the shoulders, the elbows. push into the center of the heels to lift your bum straight up. And repeat. Good. The toes are still lifted to begin, but then we ground them and try to pull the mat up. So it's as though you're trying to feel sand in between each toe. You're digging your toes down into the mat, into imaginary sand. Be quite messy. It is quite messy to do yoga in the sand. Good. Lift up a little higher in the hips, heavy heels, and then come all the way down. Good. If you need to relax your upper body for a moment, go for it. And then just readjust. Walk your feet in parallel still, but hip distance. So think hips, knees, and feet all in two straight lines. Push into the back of the head, the shoulder blades, the elbows, the center of the heel, the big toe man, the pinky toe man, to lift the toes and then lift straight up. Parallel legs. So make sure the knees aren't flailing open. Then grip the toes into the yoga mat and see if you can lift a little higher. You feel that smile line under your butt cheek helping you lift up. And then come down. Beautiful. And then walk the feet in. So legs and knees, legs fully touch if you can. If that's not happening, you can try a yoga block or a pillow between your inner thighs instead. So ideally, we want feet and knees touching, or you keep the parallel and place something between the legs so that you can lift up using the inner thighs. So again, shoulder blades press down, back of the head, elbows, push into the center of the heel, ground the ball of the foot, the big toe mans, the pinky toe mans to lift the toes, and then lift your legs straight, not legs, your bum. And hold. Beautiful. A lot of work for the inner thighs here. Little smile line work. Your inner hamstring, your medial hamstrings are working as well. The lower butt. Good. Take a breath in, lift a little higher. Oh, I'm shaking. Good. And then come all the way down. Good. And take your feet apart and let your knees go side to side. Relax your arms and kind of let your head go side to side as well. Really great work. For the next couple of moments, I invite you to take any extra movements, extra stretches, something you really enjoy, something you know feels really good or benefits you, whatever works this morning. And you might just go back to laying down fully flat in Shavasana already, and that's also great. But you can also take the next few moments to move around a little bit more. Try to relax the facial muscles and close the eyes wherever you are. Another couple minutes here. Find shapes and any release you need to. Another 60 seconds or so, wherever you need to be. And we'll stretch out into a place to rest, and it could be seated this morning. You are seated, just lift your chest up and bow your chin a bit. Use props if it feels good. The eyelids become heavy. Two or three deep breaths. Wash away any extra tension. If you have extra time this morning, I invite you to stay as long as you can, or even just an extra couple minutes. Thank you all for joining me this morning. I'll sign off as I hear my crying baby. Not crying, she just left. Anyway, thank you for joining me. We'll see you next week on the mat or before. I am online on Saturday at 9:30. And we'll see you next time. Thank you, yogis. Thanks for showing up. If you like this, I recorded it, so just send me a note and I'll send it to you. Bye.